the side of the neutral is the inside, the no side. So it's basically non-political in a sense, because it's both sides and no side. We can say beyond that, we have a feeling as spirits, living spirits, to be expanding consciousness, see, expanding. That means recognizing the heart point as the universe, total, being. And that's something which we can appreciate in a moment, because there's nothing standing in the way. There's no violence going on, there's nothing crazy going on, in a sense. So we can enjoy that for the moment. Much harder in a war zone, but same thing, going deeper. And then so deep that you actually go beyond the war zone. Noise. And this now touches upon theories of enlightenment. So you can enter a deeper state of light, even in the midst of hell. Hell is. Hell. Awaken beyond hell.
Are there actually only two sides as we talk of either or is it always a multiplicity?
It's all sides. It's always. Right? The infinite is every side, simultaneously. And interestingly, every side is valid, because every side is an expression of the infinite. It's a paradox. Every side is a right side for the being, until that whole idea of a side is blown out, see, blown away. So there's no side, see, and you're not even in this this field of sides. You transcend sides. No this side, no that side, no that side, no that side, no side, no side at all. Because you have the side of justice, and then you have the universal side of justice, which corrects itself continually, infinitely. You have some people that think, well, God is on your side, and God is not on the other person's side. When the God is the source of the whole thing, the whole circus, right? Ha 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 ha. Whose side am I on? I'm on everybody's side. I'm everybody, and nobody in particular.
So when we tend to think of things in terms of dualities, is it more accurate to think of them as multiplicities? And beyond the either or?
Any way you think. All of it is part of it. Until you're done with the whole field of neuroses, good, bad, duality and all of that. And you enter what might be called, in poetic terms, a step into the enlightened state, whatever that could be. It's neutral, not interested. Detached and yet present. See? Detached and yet loving and compassionate. Because the heart is clear, the mind is clear, so intelligence is open, and the heart is open. Yeah. And you're just there where you can be. And open to whoever's there. Yeah. And chances are you won't be in a field of bullets, particularly. You're not designed for that necessarily. Although some are designed for that and might make a fuss relative to it, take a stand for it, and seem to be partial, see, to one party or other for the sake of something higher or greater, for more. Could be. That's possible. It's been done. Depends on your purpose. And at the same time, you welcome, like some martyrs have done, being blown to pieces. Welcome it. It's nothing. In the light of the whole thing, it's nothing. Just particles. Go back to particles. We are particles. Right now assembled, functioning, it's ordinary human beings, particles, based upon theory of particles, atomic physics, quantum physics, or whatever you want to call it. See, it's spiritual reality. And so we are always being blown apart, simultaneously put together. So, breathing, expanding, contracting. And here we are more in the light of the peace, so there's more peace. So for the moment, there's peace. So Mother Nature has a presence of peace, and then it has the presence of complete explosiveness, say, volcanic explosiveness. See? This is a Vulcan planet, so explosions here are par for the course. It's the way it keeps going, straight from the ocean to the mountains, blowing from the core, the Earth's core. Earth is a geologist will tell you that. All descending. Because it's a theater of the material modes of nature, and it's a dance, it's a madness, form of madness, okay? Chaos. So it appears, but it's still the one thing, being the many things. Okay? It's a neutral field. And you can walk into it, or you can walk away from it, because you are the neutral field after all. You can be what you are, and choose neither.
So our assumption of self and others is something that either comes from or is part of the world of sides, let's say, and doesn't exist at other levels.
It's the world of self-otherness. It's other-selfness. Yeah, it does exist. In the relative world, it is existing. It's the physical, real world, say. But beyond that, it doesn't exist. Beyond the form of struggle and conflict and egoic and cultural choices and programs, well, there's the world of light. And it seems like if there's an option, yeah, the world of light would seem to be the better of the two. The world of peace, probably more perfect. Or some can have that, see, because some are part of the struggle. And they're happy to be that. So we say, go where thou go. Do what you have to do. I used to say, let the musicians do what the musicians have to do, let the warriors do what the warriors have to do. Let the politicians, let everybody do what they have to do. Hopefully they get over it, whatever it is they have to do, soon enough so that they can actually feel comfortable being beyond what they had to do. Going deeper than whatever they had to do. See, like going back into sleep. See, going back to source. Pure peace, light, unconsciousness, yes. That's it. Unconsciousness. Not as a darkness, but as awakeness. No consciousness. See, it's awake. See, just here, just this, just this. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Green or otherwise. It's not for everyone. You have to have a resonance with it. You have to be part of what it is already and move with it in that way. Beyond the noise and the theater of emotional struggle, hardship, and destruction, see, over self and other. See? Over fear of self and fear of other. Okay? Fear. Refusing freedom and liberation and enlightenment.